Okay, we are live, looks like. And we'll just wait again for Instagram to kind of. Hi Ruchi, hi Zora. How are you, Ruchi? Thanks for posting and sharing all the affirmation series and all those trackers you're making. I'll compile again and I'll definitely share it. Hi Noshi, hi Pooh Bear, hi.
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 You.
All
Hi, Auntie. Hi, Geeta Auntie. How are you? So I'm just saying, waving hi to everyone from my list. Okay. Is it audible, Zara?
yeah. Now it is.
Okay, okay. It will take a couple of seconds to just, connect with your network. So,
Okay. All right.
yeah, Ruchi, great. Good to see you're doing good. Once we'll just compile all the, trackers and we'll share it.
All right.
Okay, so Zora, we'll just wait for a minute or two till we have little more followers because it takes time. By the time Instagram will notify and then followers will check and they'll join in.
All right. All right.
We'll wait a minute or two.
Yeah.
So how are you doing, by the way?
All good. All good.
How is
All well.
Nafi?
Nafi's
Okay,
doing good.
great, great.
He's
Hi,
having a good.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
Ozzy is joining. She has joined live, just being next to me here, and she's
Oh.
waving hi to you, Zora.
Hi, Uzi.
Okay. So hi guys, good evening. This is Dr. Harish Badiger and I hope you all are doing safe and sound. And as we all know, we have started this live series where we have different experts coming up and discussing about various topics related to special needs children and their requirements. And few topics I thought, we should include parents and have this give this topic a more meaning because end of the day it's the parents perspective who are dealing with children with special needs or adults with special needs, and it would really give a different meaning for us to understand how they are coping up with the lockdown. As a normal individuals, we always take it from our perspective and we kind of try to analyze, but when it comes to special parents, already there are a lot of challenges when they raise a special needs child. And with this lockdown, it would be interesting how parents are coming up with their strategies, to cope up with this lockdown, which may help so many parents around. So that was the whole intention of having, a parent here. And I happened to contact Zora, who is a very old and dear friend of mine. And her son was under our therapy for a few years until they shifted to Pune. And thank you, Zora, for accepting my invite and being a part of this series.
It's pleasure to be here. It's pleasure to be here with live with you.
Thank you so much, Zora. So, Zora, I'll be asking you a few questions based on, parenting and what all challenges you may have come across. I'm sure every parent would have gone through that phase. And you can share, how your journey has been in this 3 or 4 weeks post
Okay.
lockdown. Okay. So, yeah. So many of our viewers, obviously, they don't know about you. As a parent, we don't get to interact so much. So tell me something about you and your son, Nafi.
Okay. My son, he's 19-year-old and he's on spectrum. He's got autism and ADHD. Of course, ADHD is like hyperactivity, I mean, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. And he doesn't have speech. So,
Okay.
of course, there are various ways that he communicates through gestures and all.
Right. Okay. So tell me something, Zora. This lockdown definitely is very unfortunate. Whatever has happened is caused a lot of chaos outside, and within us. So, as a parent of a special child, what difficulties you had to face?
Okay, my son is loves outdoor activities and he loves to go down for a walk and he's a nature lover person. He likes to go for a drive and he likes to do his routine stuff. And but due to this unfortunate calamities, he's been restricted to be home and not going out and all, and which affects his anxiety and shows irritability.
Right, right, right. You know, as a normal individuals, we also went through so much of anxiety in the initial few weeks, and
Right.
eventually, slowly and steadily, I hope we all are coping up with that. So
Yeah.
definitely, you know, a child with special needs would go through a tough or a rough phase. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Right.
how are you managing to keep him engaged and you know, manage your old household chores as well? Because I'm sure with
Yeah.
all the family members being at home, the responsibilities would have all the more, you know, shot up with lack of resources, with manpower of maids and caregivers. So
Exactly.
how are you managing all this?
Actually, yeah, it's very important to handle everything, and especially in this lockdown, everybody being around in the house. So, Nafi is basically is outdoor person. He loves outdoor activities and all, and so of course he's a early riser. So he wakes up and then he likes to move around in the house. He chills out in living area or then in our terrace, and then he passes his time in this way because he knows that he's not supposed to go out and he's not supposed to go for drive and all. Then once he's done with his breakfast, of course he goes out. He goes down with I have got some help, which he goes with that person, and he takes his ball. He spends some time within our society in our compound, which is okay. Like it's not it's calm and it's clean. So I send him
Right,
down for a while for the breather. But of course, he's not allowed to get out of the society and go for a drive and have some fresh air, So then, once he's done with his downstairs walk and all, then he comes up, and then I keep him. I keep him engaged with a lot of household activities, like we
right,
do a lot of like kitchen activities, we do laundry activities, then we do cleaning cupboards, and then we do doing some art and craft in between. And like if suppose there is a morning snack time or in the evening snack time, we prepare snacks together. Like I ask him, Nafi, come on, let's help me to make some nice snacks. So whether it's morning or in the evening, we prepare snacks together. So we make popcorn, and we make sandwich, or then we make aloo tikki, or then we make bhel. Sometimes we make drinks also, like it's like a chas or limbu pani, which he loves to have. And of course, and we make it more meaningfully by enjoying the snacks what we make, and we have them together. Plus
right.
of course, yeah. And then also I take him to do some laundry work. Like I tell him, oh, we have some clothes, we need to fold them and put them in the cupboard. So of course, then we fold them together and we put them away in their place. And also we do the offloading dishwasher. We again come to the kitchen whenever, the kitchen is free and quiet. So we offload the dishwasher. We put the dishes away in their places and all. And of course, we do during the course of the day, we also do some leisure activities like a screen time. We both watch TV together, or then we play games on iPad, or then of course we share a lot of emotions by watching family photographs or videos on the iPad, and we share a good amount of connectivity at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very nice explanation what you shared, because you know, I have been communicating with many parents, and the only question many parents have asked is how do we keep our child engaged? You know, and they have been too stressed out about therapies and so many things that they would lose onto. And couple of
Yeah.
days back, in fact, last week, I had a RDI session with Kamini madam, and she
Yeah,
also insisted the same thing. Having a structured routine is so important. We shouldn't be
right,
stressed about anything. First of all,
right,
about the therapies or any form of, that the child is going to lose. And in
right,
fact, it is so nice that all the family members are together, and it's the best time, in fact, to engage your child in learning something, in some form of life skills, which will help them. So
right,
whatever you mentioned has so much of structure into it. All the activities are planned in a therapeutic way so that he also engages in a productive way, learning life skills and so many other things. So that is
we
really good, having a good
yeah,
structure.
yeah, we need to gel them around within our household activities, and also they don't feel burdened, they don't
Correct.
feel restricted to sit on a tabletop and do the tabletop activities and all. Like it's like a more natural way, like what everybody is doing around the house. He's not been restricted in one room where he needs to sit and do the stuff. Like it's been his all over the house and doing the household activities and all.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Very true. I think we all need to just strike a good balance between, the diet, sleep, some movement
yeah,
based activities, and they do some learning for their life skills and, having a good family time. And if you have an accessibility to go out, like in Zora's case, they have a beautiful, a place outside their society where they can step out, within their premises and at least utilize that as long as, everything is within the hygiene limits also. So I
yes,
think very good, Zora. That's a really good point what you mentioned.
yeah,
Non engaging in a very productive way. So Zora,
yeah.
someone has asked a question. How old is your son?
My son, he's 19-year-old, and of course he's grown up, so he has a bit understanding of doing helping me out if suppose if he's hungry and if he needs something to eat, so I can take him to the kitchen and I can say like, okay, let's prepare a snack if you are hungry, and let's have them together. Even I'm hungry, so let's prepare snack together and we can enjoy them together.
Correct, correct, correct. Okay. So Zora, the next question, especially non-verbal children and also children who do not communicate. Okay. So basically limited verbal communication. How important it is to connect to them. How do you manage to connect with your child to understand his needs?
Okay, it's like, of course, at this time we need to understand them more closely, and we need to uh, think to their perspective what they are thinking, and we have to act accordingly. Of course, like he loves to go out, as I said, and then sometimes he shows with a lot of anxiety and irritability. So there I have to explain him, like, we need to stay, all of us has to stay indoors and none of us are going out. And you know what? We have a bridge facing across our balcony where, like, I show him, okay, Nafisi, there are no cars and buses moving around. So, like, there's nobody out there. So, we need to stay in, and, we need to do something within indoor activities rather than going
Correct.
down and going for a drive or something like that.
Correct, correct,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah,
So yeah, that's a good point because I remember during the RDI session also what we had with Kamini madam. She also mentioned, when children see all of us, it's a natural tendency that we all will go in a state of stress because our routine is completely, kind of
yeah,
broken. And even with children, sometimes their stress and anxiety will be a way to communicate their needs or even to vent out. And in that bargain, if we get anxious and try to impose certain things and restrict them, it will all the more trigger and get into a very bad cycle. So I think just slowing down things, giving them time to observe, what's happening around with their family, and as you rightly said, communicating and keeping it more transparent. Just
yeah,
slowing
yeah,
down everything will help the children to just absorb the situation.
yeah,
And
yeah,
obviously, with family members around, it becomes more comforting for them as well.
yeah.
So that's a good
And
point as well.
we need to demonstrate also. It's not like
Correct.
only saying or
Yes,
talking.
yes,
We
correct.
need to demonstrate. We need to show them why are they being restricted and what is the reason. Yeah,
Yeah. So Zora Mrinali, I hope you remember she was our speech therapist. she's saying hi to you and she's asking about Nafi.
Yeah, hi Renali. Nafi's doing good. How about you? Hope all well at your end too.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question, Zora. Okay. So like each of us, did you have your own phase of stress when this lockdown was started, and how did you manage to do as a parent?
Okay, what do you say? I I have to be like I need to understand myself so that I can understand my family and my kids and all. Of course, there are a lot of things which are coming in our way, and we need to overcome those things and take things positively, and we need to respond to that accordingly. Yeah,
Okay, okay. That is very true because I see Nafi is very connected to you, and your state of mind is very important because he is so sensitive that he's so easily able to pick up, how the person's emotions are,
yeah,
and
right.
he's such a strong observer. Visually he's so strong that he
Yeah,
can just judge. He can anticipate what is going to happen next. So
yeah,
as a
right.
parent, I'm sure you have to always keep your calm and composed um, attitude towards him.
Yeah,
So
right,
there is
right.
no doubt, that will help him. So
Exactly.
tell me something, Zora, in this phase, and of course, nothing to do with lockdown, but in general, how important it is to have a good family, all the family working together when we address with for a child with special needs.
Yeah, it's very important to have a family bonding, especially at this phase of time, where they need to understand each other's needs and all. And in fact, Nafi spends a lot of quality time with his dad and granddad when he's in the pool. We have our own pool, like it's an indoor pool, and he goes with them for a swim and all, and he shares a lot of emotional he shares emotionally. He bonds with them, and
Correct, correct.
he has a lot of fun time and all, and he loves being with them. And that way, he's enjoying and he's spending a lot of quality time with them. Yeah.
Correct, correct, correct. So, what is your me time? How important it is to have a me time as a parent?
Okay, me time. Yes, of course. We have to take care of ourselves too. So that if we take care of ourselves, we do our me time, then we can give a quality time to the person whom we are living with. Especially my son and my family. So of
Correct,
course, I do take a me time. I do my workout. I like to listen to the music. Then I listen to the music. Then I go for a walk. Within the compound and all. And then of course I do sit on and do the on social this thing. Social media and all that. Yeah, I do that.
right, right. So this is a very important thing because I see a lot of parents, they get so much engaged into child therapies and their classes and so many things that they eventually burn out. And that actually can hamper the family bonding and even the relations. So it's an advice to all the parents. No matter how much the child has, problems, or no matter how much the severe the problems are, make sure you're not too much stressed out about it. There are a lot of resources outside where slowly and steadily things can be worked out. But it is very important that we as a parent should keep us also in one of the priority. We should not let our health go down in that whole
Yeah,
chaos of mental and physical stress. And that's why it's very important that every parent should have, at least an hour, at least 30 minutes to 60 minutes, something where they
yeah,
do what they enjoy doing. That is
yeah,
very important. That really helps a big time.
yeah. Right, right.
So, Zora, tell me something when it comes to non-verbal children. Yesterday we had a speech session, and this was the same question we were discussing. When we have a non-verbal child, we always, end up doing one-sided communication. I think intentionally or unintentionally, we kind of neglect that the child also wants to communicate. Even if he's non-verbal, but they still have so much of emotion, so much of gestures, so many other ways of communicating. So in those cases, so when you talk to Nafi, do you use affirmations in your talk? And do you think does it help in a big way?
Yes, normally I talk a lot of positive things, and in a more declarative way, and I explain it to him. It's not like I'm giving him, I'm giving him the orders, and I'm telling in that restriction way, okay, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that. Like, it's more in an open way and in more of like a declarative language, and we connect to each other and we share our emotions. So he has a trust in me. He feels, okay, mom is doing whatever, like it's good for me, and I need to understand it, and and take it in a positive way and all. Yeah. And of
Correct.
course, Nafi has no speech and all, but he also he communicates with a lot of gestures and all, and which we understand to him and we connect to him, and we do what he wants to do, but he, like, it's like a give and take, like he shows the gestures and all, and then we do it for him.
Right, right. So it's very important when we communicate with the child to have a lot of affirmations,
Yeah.
motivate them. And I think even when we talk among the family members, we should have the same, way of talking. So because children are always very observant and they pick up so many things, the way we
Right.
interact
Right.
as well.
Yeah.
So, okay, the last question, Zora, for you. What message would you like to give other parents during this lockdown based on your experience?
Okay, it's like, don't lose hope, keep hope. Everything is going to fall in place, like, and it's going to lead to a better future and newer world. That's what I like to say. Like, you just keep hope, and everything is going to fall in place. Everything is going to go well. That's the
Right,
thing.
right.
Yeah,
Very true,
yeah,
very true. The time will not, stay. It's going to change slowly and steadily. And I'm
right,
sure, it will be over, over a period of time. And with so many people praying and healing across, and so much of, people, manpower is being working outside, the doctors, professionals, I'm sure we are out of this chaos. And yeah, that is good. So thank you, Zora, for sharing your experience. And I'm sure many parents could get help from this. And I'll
yeah,
still repeat, having a structured routine will really help your child. And make sure you all utilize this time, because this is something which will not come back again. And utilize it for a quality bonding time with your child, within your family members. Incorporate a lot of, livelihood skills to be taught to your child. And more
yeah.
importantly, stay positive, stay calm, and stay safe. Thank you
Right.
so much, and
Thank
have a
you so
nice
much.
evening. Thank you, Tora. Love to
Thank you.
Nafi.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.